Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chine, and Monique Samuels was on the Mr. J Hill Network podcast. She said she was in town and he was in town. He had been in her DMs for 2 years and they finally linked up. Monique talked about a lot of things. She talked about being a single mother, her marriage and divorce to Chris Samuels, her ex-husband. She talked about Love and Marriage DC. She talked about Real Housewives of Potomac, and she talked about being a woman in a relationship. I fool with Monique on a lot of different stuff. Of course, she talked about her essential oils at the very end, but we're going to focus on women in relationships and Love and Marriage DC. Let's get into it.
Without having a fight between man and woman, what is it that you needed that you couldn't get, I guess?
I needed vulnerability. I needed protection and covering. I needed to feel safe. I wanted to be able to feel safe in my femininity. But when you have to become hard and you're starting to carry on some of the more masculine traits, it's hard to feel safe when you're with a person that allows you to do some of the things that I feel like a woman shouldn't have to do.
Like what?
When it comes to protecting an image or when it comes to taking on certain stressors. I don't think women were really built to take on stress. We're very spiritual. Men are very physical, So when we become the protectors of the family, that's out of line, Especially for me, when we were dating, I was working for him.
So she was saying that she was working for him. She was like his manager or whatever, and she said that she would often have to take the bad guy role. Okay, she said that if he didn't want to go to an event, it would be like on her, like, oh, I didn't put that on his calendar, or that was my fault, or something like that. And that's what she meant when she said to be protected. And she said she didn't get that from Chris. And she said they even had a tussle, a little tiff on their honeymoon night, because she felt like he would be more romantic, and that didn't happen, and he was treating her like one of the guys. And she was like, that was a problem. And if you remember Monique talking about Chris, she talked about that all the way throughout both shows. So he had a problem with that for Monique. You know how they do, child. They change when they go somewhere else. Let's keep going. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Love and Marriage DC. So he talked about her being on the Real Housewives of Potomac. Monique said that was a tough time in her life. She basically crashed out. I think she said snapped. She said because she had a whole tussle on camera. And we all know that tussle between her and Lil Bit, which is Candace, right? So she said that, she was just going through a lot of her marriage at the time. So they kept talking, and then at the end, towards the end, he asked her about, being on Love and Marriage DC. And I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna let Monique say it, and we can talk about it in a minute. Let's go.
Let's see how much you've grown.
How did that show come about?
So when I left Housewives, there was one of the producers that used to be a part of Housewives franchise who started his own. He approached me with support and came at me with some we black, and these white shows, they don't show black people in the light that they should be shown in, and it can be natural drama. It doesn't have to be this scripted drama, and it created a relationship of all right, let's see what we can do together. Let's work together. So I believed him when he used the black card. And he did me worse than the white folks. I was like, he could have waited to the second season to trash me.
So you think Love and Marriage DC did you worse than Real Housewives of Potomac?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was worse. It was like there was no context. There was no reason to all of the fussing and fighting. It was like, it's love and marriage. So show the full outlook of what a love and marriage, show what all of it looks like, right? I have always been very open on camera. I like to be as transparent as possible. But if my spouse is not also that way, then if you're not saying anything, they're only going to be showing what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. So it was very unbalanced. And then it was just like, we got her, dog her ass out. Like, it was like my name was used to gain the audience. And I mean, I felt like I got trashed on that show. They didn't show any of my real moments. They didn't show the moments where I gave more context to what was happening. It was just like me, like,
Oh my
but I was
God.
the one reacting. It was me reacting, but show why I was reacting like that, you know? And it was very unorganized, on camera, off camera. It was a mess.
Absolutely. The show is a mess. To be unorganized, I think we all knew that, and we all know who she's talking about, so I do not have to say his name. Right? And what was real crazy is she said that she was told that the show is going to show who she is. But she was like, who I was somebody that was arguing all the time and always mad. Those were her edits, right? Because I thought it was real crazy how she was mad at him in Africa and wanted to have a conversation in Africa about what was going on. It's like, I'm feeding giraffes. Why are we going to fuss in Africa? But that's how they wanted to portray her. And definitely she was used as clickbait because we didn't know those other people. So let me know what you think about this. It was a really good conversation. Monique had a lot of things to say. She did say that she would like to get married again. She said that, that she and Chris are doing really good with the co-parenting for their kids. It was just a really good conversation. Like I said, I fool with Monique like that. So I enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about it. If you watched all of it, let me know what you think in the comments. It's your girl, Millie Chun. I'll talk to you later. Bye.